I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Well, guys, it's Monday.
Yeah.
OMVP.
Oh, it's a great day for my Dallas Cowboys. They didn't play, so nothing could go wrong. And Daniel Jones pulled his hamstring, and the Eagles are going to lose to Seattle tonight, and we might just creep back into this thing.
Are you celebrating the man got injured?
No, it just happened. I just stated a fact. I can't help it. Way to go, Daniel. I'll knock on wood.
As long as you're playing, you're still in the same spot. Losing.
How are we talking about the Cowboys right now?
I don't even know why we're talking about them bones.
Some different quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady. Well, what about this? Mahomes was able to even his record at 2-2 against Tom Brady with a 27-24 win yesterday. Mahomes started out hot, connecting with Tyreek Hill, who racked up over 200 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first quarter alone. Tom Brady rallied his team, outscoring the Chiefs 17-7 in the second half, but Brady's 2 interceptions and a 17-point deficit proved to be just too much for Tampa to overcome. So, Shannon, what % of the blame does Brady deserve?
I'm going to give him 90% of the blame.
90% of the blame? Did you watch the game?
I did. I watched the game, and I watched his first 4 drives. He had 1 first down and went out. He was 0 for 4 on third downs. I also watched him turn the ball over twice, and his defense didn't give up any points. For as many yards as they allowed. Are you going to let me talk, Skip?
Go ahead.
Come on now.
No, go ahead.
For as many allows as the Bucs defense gave up, they kept him out of the end zone and the red zone. They had it, second and goal at the 1, make him settle for a field goal. Shaq Barrett sacked Mahomes, turned the ball over. His defense bowled their back when they needed to. But so was the defense on the field when Tom Brady threw those interceptions? I mean, you gonna let me speak? I mean, you gonna do suicide?
I'm just waiting.
Go
I'm just
ahead,
waiting for my turn. No, you go.
If you're waiting for your turn, let me talk, Skip.
Okay, go.
I know you're upset that Tom Brady got outplayed again.
I'm not
Only
upset.
one quarterback
I'm happy.
Only one quarterback has more interceptions than Tom Brady. That's Carson Wentz. And you tell me he's playing terrible. So if he's second on the list, how is Tom Brady playing? Again, Mahomes is the MVP. So now Pro Football Focus looks even worse. You look even worse because at some point during the season, you said Tom Brady was outplaying Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes now has 30 touchdowns, 2 picks, and 3,500 yards. And he's already done with his bye week. Tom Brady is on a bye week and doesn't have as many touchdowns, have quadrupled the interceptions, and 300 fewer yards. But somehow during the season, he outplayed Mahomes. That was asinine after 10, after 15, as you would say.
Thank you. I invented that.
You did invent that. Yeah. But you also said when you talk about a GOAT player, you judge them to the umpteenth degree. Yep. That's what you do with LeBron. That's what you do with other GOAT players. So is Tom Brady not the GOAT? See, the problem is, Skip Bayless, is that you have a hard time letting that go. Tom Brady's status is established, but he's not the same player today. What caused him to get that status, and that's okay. But I'm going to give him 90% of the blame because he did not play. Basically, all he did was pull up Prescottian. He had a bunch of empty calories at the end of the day.
Really?
Only 5 of his passes he completed when they was in the score. All that junk was down. They're down 13. They're down 10. How many of those came in meaningful time? Meaningful,
Is
yeah.
it my turn?
Yeah, meaningful time. So at the end of the day, Skip, look, I'm not going to, I'll let you go, and then I'll get to my tape where he was spraying the ball all over the field, throwing the ball, I forgot, bouncing the ball off guy's helmet. How do you bounce a ball off a guy's helmet when the guy doesn't even jump? But you know what? That was BA's fault. That interception that he threw to Scotty Miller, that was BA's fault. All those overthrows that he had to AB throwing the ball out of bounds, to Chris Godwin, to Mike Evans, that's BA's fault. What we've done when Tom Brady plays bad, we found a way to blame someone else other than Tom Brady.
Really?
Yep.
Tell me when it's my turn.
It's your turn.
Please.
It's your turn.
Okay, here we go. So I want our viewers out there to understand that this man just said Tom Brady deserves 90% of the blame. And yet the final score was what? Maybe I fell asleep. I don't know. I think it was 27-24.
Yeah.
I think Tom Brady pulled off 2 late long drives of 75 yards. and threw 2 late touchdown passes to cut the score to 27-24 with 4 minutes and 10 seconds left. Is that a long time? That's an eternity for a guy who leads all of the National Football League history in fourth quarter comebacks in overtime in the fourth quarter. He had plenty of time. He had 4 minutes and 10 seconds left, and what happened? He never saw the football. It's like what you said at the AFC Championship game in overtime. Well, Mahomes never got the football back. 4 minutes and 10 seconds, and you can't get the football back?
No.
It is why the Tampa Bay defense deserves 80% of the blame or more. I will give you 20% of the blame for Tom Brady, but let's just put this in some perspective, shall we?
Sure.
Tom Brady yesterday threw for 369 yards and 3 touchdowns. And guess how long he had the football? 23 minutes. That means in 37 minutes that Patrick Mahomes had the football, he threw for 462 and 3 touchdowns. So if you do the math on that, if you only have the ball for 23 minutes and you throw for 369, guess what you're on pace to do? You are on pace, if you had the ball for 37 minutes, to throw for 555 yards. Is that good? I think it's like all-time great because I think it's like record great.
Yeah, it would have been. It would have been.
Yes, thank you very much. So that's what he did in only 23 minutes with the ball in his hands. So here's the problem. I completely and utterly overestimated the Tampa Bay defense. Even at 6-2, when they hit the 6-2 mark, I thought this, could be the best defense in pro football. Over the last 3 home games, it has proven to me to be bottom 5. And against the pass, it is bottom 1. It is the worst defense against the pass in pro football. It's not even close.
I tried to tell you that against Green Bay.
Okay, well, thank you for agreeing with me. So here's the point. We have seen 3 straight home games. These are home games. 2 in primetime, nighttime, and 1 in primetime, as in big window late in the day.
They did a monster number, I'm sure.
Thank you very much. And what did Drew Brees and company do? They put up 420 yards. What did Jared Goff and company do? They put up 413 yards on this defense. What did Mahomes do yesterday? 562 yards. And yet, what just slayed me was what happened in the first quarter. So Todd Bowles, for whom I have the utmost respect, though I lost some yesterday, comes out without Jamel Dean, his fastest cornerback, because Jamel Dean ran 4.3 coming out of Auburn, and he only has one good cornerback left, Carlton Davis, who's his more physical corner. You got to put him on possession receivers. You put him in the first quarter in solo single coverage on Tyreek Hill. I'm sorry, I've never seen anything quite this stupid. And what did Tyreek Hill do? And don't tell me anybody else is better than Tyreek Hill right now, because he's the best receiver in pro football.
Yeah, he's on another planet right now.
He's on another planet because he is the fastest man in pro football. Right. As Andy Reid said after the game, he's one of the strongest pound-for-pound men in pro football. He now has figured out how to run actually great routes, and he's got not good hands, he's got snatch hands. He just snatches everything within his catch radius. So if you put Carlton Davis on him, it's like he's going to live at the Ritz-Carlton Davis for the whole first quarter, because that's what he did. He had the penthouse suite at the Ritz-Carlton Davis, and he caught 203 yards worth of passes in the first quarter. It's outrageously wrong. And if we could see the first one, Mahomes can't even get it far enough because he's so far behind Carlton Davis on the first touchdown pass. Mahomes heaves it as hard as he can, and look, Tyreek has to pull up and turn and backpedal to catch the football, and it's still a touchdown. He turned and backpedaled to catch the football. Are you kidding me? And it got so bad, thank you very much, that's an underthrow, but I'm not blaming Patrick because he's too fast. That's all the arm Patrick has on that throw, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then the next one comes, and it's so bad, it's actually, he breaks, Carlton Davis falls down on this play. It's just silliness. He just falls down, and then the safety comes over, and it's a joke.
And then this is disrespectful.
It's just a joke. And then it's total, rub your nose in it at Tampa on what was then national TV at that point, the big window game. And he backflips into the end zone on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense at Tampa.
Yeah.
What I used to call Tampa Bay. I can't call it that
You still
anymore.
call it that. You
no,
call it that.
I just can't. Okay, so help me out here. Patrick Mahomes throws for 359 yards before halftime. 359. It's the most yards at a half since Peyton threw for, not even that, but it's the most since Peyton in 2004 in a wild card playoff game.
Right.
Well, think about that. Since 2004, that's 16 years ago, and he throws for 359 in the first half.
That might have been against us, Skip.
Okay, was
in a wild card game against the Broncos.
Was it? I
think it was.
forgot.